Hello, thanks for coming by. How are you doing? This week, we're going to talk about podcasts. In this week's photo, we can see a microphone and a computer. And this is a very typical microphone that podcasters use when they're recording their voice. And on the computer, you have a very simple, free software to edit audio. And that's it. That's all you need to make a podcast. Making podcasts isn't expensive. The expense is your time. You have to prepare it. You have to record it. You have to edit all the audio, and then you have to upload it to a podcast hosting service. It's not difficult. It's not expensive, but it takes time. I'm going to recommend 5 podcasts that I think will be really useful for you as you practice and learn English. The first one is called English in a Minute, and it's by the BBC. And in this podcast, which is a minute long, you learn vocabulary, phrases, expressions, words. It's really short, it's really useful, and you can listen to it many, many times to really learn the vocabulary and the phrases that are being practiced in each episode. With all these podcasts, I also recommend, if possible, to read the transcript as you are listening to the podcasts. This will depend on the app you use to listen to podcasts, but check it out. Look for the transcript. It should be there. The second podcast I'm going to recommend today is also by the BBC, and it's called English Grammar. This is a little longer, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Each episode practices a particular aspect of English grammar. It's great for revising grammar, learning new grammar, and just practicing listening to people speaking English as they explain the grammar and illustrate it with examples. Again, it's quite short. You can listen to it several times and read the transcript. The third podcast I'm going to recommend today is called Simple English Listening, and it's fantastic for practicing your English listening. It's stories that a guy is telling you at a B1 or B2 level of English. There's nothing too complicated, but it's absolutely fantastic to listen to the stories that this guy is telling you, because they are from all aspects of life, all different types of concepts, modern things, old fairy tales. This one, for example, is about the Titanic. I totally recommend it, and read the transcript. The fourth podcast I'm recommending is the podcast I was listening to before. The rest is history. This is authentic, real English. It's a super popular podcast in Great Britain. The hosts speak in such a calm and relaxed manner, explain things so well. I absolutely recommend it. Not just for practicing your English, but for learning about loads of great historical facts. Each episode is about an hour long, so you need to sit down, maybe with a nice cup of tea, and concentrate on listening to what they're saying. Read the transcript. Look through the list of episodes, choose a topic you think is interesting for you, sit down, relax, and listen, and read. The fifth and final podcast I'm going to recommend is my podcast. This is selfless self-promotion. It is, in fact, the audio of the advanced podcast video that I put up every week on my blog. And here I have to confess something. Full disclosure. This is made by AI. I upload the text of this blog onto Notebook on Google, and I ask it to create a conversation, a podcast of 2 people talking about the topic. It's brilliant. It's amazing. It's scary. It's extraordinary what AI can do nowadays, but it's really useful for you listening to English, practicing your English, and learning vocabulary and phrases. Listen to it, read it. You can watch the video, make notes about it, enjoy it.
By thousands of years, they never met, and yet they all independently invented the exact same monster.
The dragon. It really is the ultimate historical anomaly, isn't it?
Okay, Let's find out more about podcasts. Where does the word podcast come from? Who invented podcasts? Why have they become so popular? Why is everybody talking about them? Let's find out more.
What do you know about podcasts? Everybody seems to be listening to podcasts nowadays. In fact, they seem to be watching them too, in what is the latest evolution of a 21st century revolution in how we access news, views, and debates. The roots of podcasting can be traced back to the late 1990s and early 2000s, when developers began experimenting with ways to distribute audio online. A key idea was RSS, Really Simple Syndication, a system originally designed to deliver updates from websites such as blogs or news pages. Instead of visiting each site individually, users could subscribe to a feed and receive new content automatically in one place. In 2000, software developer Dave Weiner expanded this system by allowing audio files to be attached to feeds. This meant listeners could subscribe to audio programs and have new episodes downloaded automatically, an essential step toward podcasting. The first recognizable podcasts appeared in 2003. Journalist Christopher Lydon began publishing downloadable interviews online. Around the same time, former MTV presenter Adam Curry helped develop software to transfer audio files to portable devices, such as the recently introduced iPod. He also created the Daily Source Code, one of the first true podcasts. The show was informal and personal. Curry spoke about his daily life, technology, and the development of podcasting itself, establishing a conversational style that still defines the medium today. Hardware and software developments played a crucial role in podcasting's growth. Early creators relied on simple microphones, basic editing tools, and MP3 players. A major turning point came in 2005, when Steve Jobs added podcast support to iTunes, making it easier to find and subscribe to shows. At the same time, traditional broadcasters began to adopt the format. Organizations such as the BBC started offering downloadable versions of radio programs, allowing listeners to access content on demand rather than at fixed broadcast times. This shift helped familiarize wider audiences with podcasting and marked an important step in its transition from a niche, experimental medium to a mainstream form of media consumption. A defining moment came in 2014 with Serial, hosted by Sarah Koenig. The series investigated a real-life criminal case over multiple episodes, combining journalism with storytelling. It attracted millions of listeners and demonstrated the medium's potential for high-quality, long-form narrative. It also helped popularize the true crime genre and brought podcasting into mainstream culture. The evolution of podcasting has been shaped by both technology and content. Early podcasts were often simple audio blogs, but the medium has expanded into genres such as news, education, comedy, debate, and storytelling. Production quality has improved significantly, especially through the use of affordable, good-quality microphones, and many podcasts now include video versions, especially on platforms like YouTube. At the same time, the barrier to entry remains low, allowing individuals and non-professionals to create content from home. Nowadays, the differences between podcasters, YouTubers, influencers, journalists, and broadcasters are increasingly blurred. podcasts are generally available for free, but you can earn revenue in several ways. Advertising is the most common, with brands paying to reach specific audiences. Sponsorships often involve hosts promoting products during episodes in a personal, conversational style. Some creators use subscription models, offering bonus content through platforms like Patreon, while others generate income through live events, merchandise, or exclusive deals with streaming services. The social impact of podcasts has been significant. They have changed how people consume media by offering on-demand, personalized content that fits easily into daily routines. Unlike traditional radio shows, podcasts allow for niche topics and diverse voices, giving underrepresented groups a platform to share their perspectives. They have also influenced journalism and education by encouraging deeper, long-form discussions that are free from the strict time limitations imposed by radio schedules. Specific podcasts have had cultural influence beyond entertainment. Serial, for example, renewed public interest in real-life criminal cases and showed the power of audio storytelling. Interview-based podcasts have also shaped public debate by allowing for extended, nuanced conversations that are rarely possible in traditional media. And where did the word podcast come from? Back in 2004, journalist Ben Hammersley cleverly combined the words iPod and broadcast, already word combinations in themselves, to create the word with which this revolution in audio consumption could be marketed. The phenomenon now had a name. The rest, as they say, is history. Chat about these questions and write down your opinions and ideas. 1. Describe the picture in as much detail as possible. Have you ever recorded your voice for anything? 2. Why have podcasts become so popular in recent years? How do they fit into our daily routines? 3. How do you access the podcasts you listen to? If you don't listen to them, will you in the future? 4. Do you think streaming and on-demand services will replace traditional broadcasting schedules? 5. Describe all the different devices you have had during your life to listen to audio and to watch TV.